I am very nervous to film this video. I don't know yet whether I'm going to disable the comments. Like, part of me really wants to disable the comments because I'm like, I really don't want to read like hundreds of abusive messages. But on the other hand, I'm a real supporter of free speech, and I feel like people should, you know, within reason, be able to say whatever they want. If I'm going to put myself out here on the internet, then I guess I'm gonna pull my big girl panties on and just deal with it. So this video, I know a lot of people are gonna see the title and be like, what the heck? And they're gonna be super shocked and super surprised. I myself am super shocked and super surprised, and I wish I could say this was clickbait, but it's not. I am no longer vegan. Oh my god, that sounds so weird to say. I have been vegan for, I think it's coming on 6 years now, and it was like a huge part of my life. Like, it never became my identity. Like, I know for a lot of people, like, vegan kind of becomes their identity. It never was my identity. Like, my work is not related to being vegan. My YouTube channel, I was never, you know, a vegan YouTuber or anything like that. It was just something I wanted to do for myself, for the animals, because I am just a massive animal lover. I fully thought I was going to be vegan for the rest of my life. Like, I didn't even question it. I was like, this is the most healthy way for every single human on the planet to eat. It is the best diet for us to eat to save the planet, and obviously it's going to save all the animals too. And so for me, it was very black and white. I thought that everybody could go vegan. I thought that everybody would thrive on a vegan diet. I also was never a perfect vegan in that I fed my dogs meat. The whole time I've been vegan, I never made my dogs be vegan because I personally don't think that that is a very healthy way for dogs to eat or live. I mean, their teeth will tell you that they have so many canine teeth, like they are meant to eat meat. I know I'm gonna have so many people disagree with me on that and tell me that so-and-so's dog lives to 100 years old on a vegan diet, and sometimes that happens. I think, in fact, the oldest dog in the world was on a vegan diet. How epic is that? I just never fed my dogs a vegan diet. I've always fed them meat. I am still a huge supporter of the vegan movement. I know vegans get painted in such a bad light because there are some vegans out there that kind of, I suppose in a way, make everybody else look bad by being super nasty or super aggressive, and I know that the only reason they act like that is because they feel so passionately about the animals and they just so badly want to spare the lives of these animals, and I totally get that. And that can make you act in like ways that you wouldn't usually act because you just so badly want to defend the defenseless. And so I get that. So for a while now, I would say probably a year now, I have been trying to slowly distance myself away from the vegan label itself, because I just never, in any sense of any label in the world, I'm just a contradictory person. I'm kind of awkward. I've never fit, you know, squarely into a nice, neat little box, a nice little label. I've always kind of broken the rules and done things wrong, and I've just never really fit a label very well. And that went for being vegan as well. Like I said, I ate honey, I bought meat for my dogs. Also, the vegan label was just way too polarizing for me. I feel like it really divides people rather than unites people, and I feel like under the vegan label, people feel like it's either all or nothing. Like, you have to remove every single animal product from your diet, from your life, and become an absolute animal activist, or do nothing at all. And if you don't do everything, then there's no point doing anything. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that is just so polarizing, and it just makes people feel crap about themselves, and it makes them feel like they're not doing enough and that they're a shitty person, and they're not. Like, say you love animals like I do, in my opinion, you don't have to be 100% militant vegan in order to make a positive impact on the world or to do right by animals. Like, say you even just donate to like an animal charity, that is still an amazing thing for that animal charity and for the animals that are there. If you even just cut out milk out of your diet, for example, that's still doing good. Do you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have this all or nothing mentality. So I know you guys are going to be wondering what I eat now and why. So like, what animal products I have chosen to start incorporating in my diet now and why I chose them. I'm not going to go into the, you know, the ins and outs of it, but basically, when I first went vegan, it really did impact my health in a positive way. It fixed, for the most part, my digestion, because I used to be super constipated. Yes, I have bowels, I poop, I'm a human being, but I was eating not only the standard American diet in Australia, but, you know, just like super processed foods, like fast foods, barely any fruit and veg. My whole life at that point was like, woo, it's totally out of control. And when I feel totally out of control, my diet gets affected, and then my mental health is affected, and my physical health is affected. So my digestive system was kind of screwed going into veganism. Veganism did, for the most part, like help a lot in that it made me poop again. So that was a win. I also noticed that my energy levels like significantly increased when I went vegan. My digestion has gone kind of down the shitter, excuse the pun, and now I'm consulting with like my healthcare professionals. Like it's nothing overly, like it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad at all, but it does, like, say you're not digesting your food properly, right? If you've got like problems with your digestive system, and we suspect that I have SIBO, I'm waiting on a test that I can do to like confirm or deny whether I have SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. When you're not digesting your food properly, you're also not absorbing the nutrients from your food properly, and that is what is happening with me. So because I'm not digesting my food properly, I'm struggling to absorb the plant-based vitamins and minerals from my food, and also from the synthetic supplements that I was taking. So I started delving like head first into nutrition. I would be like on my laptop reading studies, reading nutrition books, vegan nutritionists to carnivore nutritionists. Like I never want to limit myself to knowledge, if that makes sense. Like I want to read what you have to say and what you have to say, and then I'll come to my own conclusion. So that's what I've been doing, and I've also enrolled to do a course on pregnancy, postpartum, and baby holistic nutrition. As a side note, I realized that a lot of my issues could stem from the fact that I was eating just purely plant foods and trying to absorb them in my gut that was already pretty damaged. And from that was causing more issues because I wasn't absorbing the vitamins and minerals from the plant foods, which are already harder to absorb in the first place, let alone if you have a digestive system that's not working optimally. Speaking with my healthcare providers, they advised me to start incorporating animal foods into my diet again. And I didn't do it because I was like, no, I can't do that. I'm going to solve these problems on a vegan diet. There's got to be a way around this. So for months, that's what I was trying to do, and I was getting absolutely nowhere. In fact, I was getting worse, and it was showing on my skin. Like I've had rosacea for a very long time, but it was actually getting worse. And rosacea, I know some people think it's probably like just a vanity thing, like, oh, you have red skin, get over it, wear some foundation. But rosacea is very, very uncomfortable. Like there would be nights after eating like a fully vegan whole foods meal that I would be sat there with ice cubes on my face because my skin was burning so badly, and then little blisters would erupt in my skin, and rosacea is not fun. My healthcare professional providers think that mine might stem from my gut issues that I have. So the more fiber and the more plant foods like that I was eating, the more it was exacerbating the situation. So I was in a bit of a mess. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I eat super clean. Like I don't eat the mock meats, I don't eat the processed vegan foods. I eat so many legumes and beans and lentils. I properly soak them, I properly sprout them as you should do. Like I went to a lot of effort to try and make this work on a vegan diet. What I am incorporating into my diet now, I'm trying to do whilst sticking as best I can to my love for animals and my ethics, which is really hard to do. Like these are two battling opponents in my head constantly. So now what I incorporate into my diet is fish, very, very small amounts of fish. I did watch Seaspiracy and that freaked me out. So I'm incorporating just very, very small amounts of locally wild caught fish. I am incorporating chicken, which was a massive deal for me because I love chickens. I think they're so cute and I feel really bad about eating them. But I did notice once I started incorporating chicken into my diet, my digestive system felt a lot better. And I mean immediately, which I was not expecting. And it might go to shit again. It could have been like a placebo or just a coincidence. I don't know yet, but that's what I'm eating. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm also eating eggs and also eating beef bones. I know I'm going to get so much abuse for this video and coming out with this, but this is the truth. Like I don't want to sit here and lie to you guys. I don't want to be one of those fake vegans that never says the truth for fear of the backlash. Like I know I'm going to get backlash, but I feel like I don't have any other option but then to be honest and truthful with you guys, and I don't want to lie to you. So the reason I've chosen these foods is because chicken, I know the farm where these chickens are raised. It's just down the road from me. I know the farmer. I know that these chickens are so well cared for. It's organic. It is pasture raised. They're not kept in cages. They're not kept inside 24/7. Also, I'm utilizing the entire chicken. So I'm not just eating, chicken breast and then throwing the rest of the chicken away. For me, that doesn't sit right. So I'm utilizing head to tail eating, kind of the way our ancestors would have eaten back in the day, where you don't waste any of the animal. So I use the bones to make bone broth. I also eat the organ meats because the organ meats are where the majority of the easily accessible by the human body vitamins and minerals are. Beef bones, beef was a hard no for me. Beef is just like cow. I can't do it. Even if it would help me physically, I'm not there yet. I can't eat a cow. However, I do feel okay with utilizing the bones. Again, I know the farm where these cows are raised, and I know that these bones just end up getting incinerated because not many people utilize the bones anymore. So the bones are basically just being thrown in the bin. I don't even buy them, like they give them to me for free because nobody wants the bones. And I'm like, okay, nobody's going out and killing a cow for the cow's bones. They're killing the cow for, like, you know, steak and mince and all that kind of stuff. So the bones are a scrap product, and so I feel okay utilizing that scrap product essentially. So the reason I've been consuming bones is because they have a lot of gelatin, collagen, and easily absorbable vitamins, minerals, and marrow, and they are all incredibly gut soothing and gut healing, and that's what I need right now. I've been vegan for so long that it started off great for me, and it kind of just went woo and tailed right down, and now I need to kind of fix the damage in my gut. And I'm not saying it was the vegan diet that caused the damage to my gut. I think I already had that damage in my gut. I think the amount of fiber I was eating and the lack of animal products and the lack of absorbable vitamins and minerals in my diet is what has kind of exacerbated the problem essentially, and that's why now I need to kind of change up the way I eat. So I don't eat bacon, I don't eat pigs at all, I don't eat cow except for their bones, and I just make bone broth. That's all I do with them because it's incredibly nourishing. I still don't touch dairy. I don't think, my personal opinion is that dairy is not good for humans. It just doesn't make sense for me. The thing with this is I don't want to make anybody feel like they have to eat the way I do. I want you to eat the way that fuels your individual body properly. I want you to nourish yourself how you need to be nourished and in a way that suits and fits with your personal ethics. Like, I don't want to sit here and be like, you have to do what I do because I know now that one diet doesn't necessarily fit everyone. So I would say essentially I'm still eating probably like a 70 to 80% plant-based diet. I'm still eating everything that I used to eat. The majority of the meals that I eat in my day are still plant-based, but I am incorporating small amounts now of those animal foods. So that's kind of where I'm at now. So in case any of you guys are wondering, yes, I'm still cruelty-free when it comes to like my channel and everything. I went cruelty-free at the same time as I went vegan because I love animals, and no amount of money that is offered to me, no amount of sponsorships is ever going to make me not be cruelty-free, because I still believe that animals shouldn't be tested on for cosmetics. I'm making this video knowing that I'm gonna get, you know, like comments kind of like telling me off or telling me that like I should not be eating animals or that I shouldn't be putting this message out there, and I never thought I was ever gonna make one of those no longer vegan videos. I never thought I was gonna do that. Like, I used to watch those videos and be like, surely there's a way you can like solve that problem whilst still being vegan. But I know now that that's not always the case. I don't believe that everybody can be vegan. I don't believe that the fully 100% strict vegan diet is optimal for everyone. In a lot of ways, I don't think it is even possible to be 100% strict vegan. Like, if you're driving your car, you don't know if you've accidentally run over a mouse or a grasshopper. In fact, a lot of these like plant-based foods, like even if you eat a whole foods plant-based diet like I did, the legumes like are often grown in, you know, monocrops, and for that they need fertilizer, and the fertilizer is made using animal blood and animal bones because that's how the plants grow. That's how they get their nutrients to grow. So even if you're eating that, you're still not 100% vegan. Monocropping is not even, you know, great for the environment. I know a lot of the monocrops, especially soy, is actually grown to feed to cows in factory farming, so that's a whole other issue in itself. But then there's also, you know, places where there is a lot of poverty or people that live in a food desert and their grocery shop is like 2 hours away from them. You can't expect people like that to, you know, be 100% strict vegan, because even just getting food in general in places like that is like a battle in itself. And then there's some people that can't be 100% strict vegan. I'm talking about like vegan food because of, you know, genetic issues. Some people can't actually absorb or utilize synthetic supplements. Like, they can't actually absorb synthetic B12 or synthetic iron. Like, their body just cannot absorb or utilize that, and so they have to eat animal foods. I do feel like there is, you know, a way that you can still love animals and still not be 100% vegan. And so that's kind of the journey I'm on now at the moment. If you disagree with me, if you're disappointed in me, I've already had a lot of people on Instagram tell me that, and I get it. I totally get it. I'm just gonna leave this video here. I love you guys. I'm sorry if I've let you down or if you're disappointed in me. I just had to be honest and tell you guys where I'm at, what I'm doing now, because I think you deserve that. So I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.